Okay, hello, welcome friends. Now we try a different game than previously we have. Instead of Final Fantasy X2 and 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 Minecraft. So now we try a new game, Flaming the Flood, which is recently in the promotion in the Humble Bundle. If you want to buy it, you can still have the time before the promotion runs out. Yeah, if you miss it, maybe it may be available next time. So right now, this is my first time playing this Flame in the Flood. So let's see if this is indeed we really fit. How good is this game? Let's see. Yeah. So installed yesterday, Flame in the Flood, and so it's look like the voice is scary. Wait, I would like to see. Where is this game? Why it is gone? Let's identify the games. Yes, you're right. I think the voice is too high. Do you sense that? Yeah. Let me fix this. Let's fix the audio. Reduce the volume. To a friendly volume. Okay, looks like a friendly volume. Now, resolution. Let's do maximum resolution here. Let's do full screen. Language. Do you have any other? Japanese? No. English better. Reset tutorial. Director's commentary. Okay, let's see the director's commentary. I want to see. Okay, let's see let's click apply changes first. Okay, so we have left click. Move is left click or WASD. Okay, quick deploy menu 1, 2, 3. Okay, inventory I and swing staff spacebar. Spacebar, swing staff. Okay, pick up is right click. Okay, so we still need mouse. And the problem is I only have two hands, right? So if you want to use I and WASD, I cannot pick up. So if I pick up, I need to use mouse. This is a really bad combination. Sprint, shift. Yeah, okay. So this is another bad combination. Use interact, hold or press E. Yep. 4, 5, 6, 6. Infantry I. Okay, maybe we just rarely use the infantry button. So let it be far away from that. On the raft. Can you see where is my mouse here? I cannot see. Okay. So let's use keyboard. You can use steer. On the raft, if you want to steer, hold left click. Okay. And then pedal hard. Spacebar. Use motor. Shift. Oh, you can use motor. Nice, nice, nice. So let's do campaign. Recommended for new player. Recommended for experienced player. Okay, I'm new, so let's try Traveler first. How good is this game? What is this scout option? Dock, ASAP, Dicey, ASAP. Oh, this is whether you want to choose the name person. So let's start. Okay, so this is looks like I saw in the commercial video. It looks like camping. They will doing a lot of camping. Yeah. Okay. Is that a cassette? Yeah, it is a cassette. So let's try using the keyboard here. What is this? Fine crafting failure. Okay. Okay, so this is play audio commentary. Oh, this is audio commentary. How to click it? Should I hold it? Right click.
Hello, and welcome to the director's commentary for The Flame and the Flood. My name is Forrest Dowling, and I was the designer on the game, and you're going to be hearing a bunch from me throughout the game, wherever you see these little glowing cassette tapes. First off, I wanted to introduce some of the other voices that you're going to be hearing from. So without further ado, let me hand it off to Sync.
Hey, I'm Scott Sinclair. I was the art director on the game and a founder at the Molasses Flood.
And my name is Gwen. I was also a founder at the Molasses Flood, and I did the animations, the effects, and so forth of the game.
I am Chad, and I'm also a founder of the Molasses Flood, and I am the environment artist on the game.
My name is Damian Isla. I was one of the 2 engineers on this project, and I focused on a bunch of the river generation, the AI, some control stuff, the Mac port, all kinds of things. With only 2 engineers, you end up having to cover a lot of bases.
So anyway, without further ado, feel free to run around this opening camp, look for the cassettes, frob them, as we say in the game design world, and listen to the commentary.
Okay, so we have our current objective that we get the radio from our dog ASOP. I don't know what is that. The radio signal, the old radio is still working. You just need to get closer to the source. Maybe we'll find high ground to view the message clearly. And we have no element. Crafting, inventory. Okay, what is this? Escape. The one that we created previously. And this is light boots currently equipped. Clothing, jacket, cotton pots, cotton pants, light jacket. Okay, we can use hat and hands here. Pretty nice. So let's leave. And okay. Let's hear the other commentary.
This is the opening camp. We call this Camp Pinewood. This is kind of a continuation almost from the menu, which I think is kind of where the camp actually starts, and that was something that early on we were trying to do, is join the menu with the game.
Yeah,
as it
trying
started.
to make the main menu a piece of the narrative, actually have some meaning, and kick off our mysterious story where you get a little glimpse of this unknown dog, Aesop, and this backpack, and how that's actually delivered to your player character. And I really wanted to have that be an extension of the starting island and the initial quest, the main menu, that is.
Yeah, one thing that we wanted to do right at the start is kind of, you're always looking to sort of to raise questions, and to give the player something to think about, while also giving them enough information to drive them forward. And I think that that's sort of like the big driving goal of these early moments, with the dog, the fire, the skeleton, the bag, the radio, was just, okay, so you're alone, you're in the woods, you've got this radio, there's a signal, but you don't know what it is, and there's this mystery, like, where did this dog come from? There's a glimpse at the backpack, and it's got this patch on it that, if you've played all the way through the game, you'll know what that means in the end. But yeah, that was sort of where we started out, with trying to kind of raise all these questions, while giving you just enough kind of meat to get you rolling. So that was sort of one of the big
it gave
big
us
goals.
gave us an interesting skin for those necessary evils, like the loading screens and streaming time and whatnot. That those bits and pieces along the way to the player finally getting control of the character for the first time, like had a bit of meaning.
So yeah, the campaign would find home for a spell. But it's time to move on and see where this dog came from. Maybe there's someone else up there. Someone else. Okay. Maybe. Yep, okay. We have nothing else there. Yep, okay. I find home for a spell. Escape here, right? No, I cannot press escape. Okay. Oh, you just need time. Let's play the other commentary.
So there was the narrative goals with Camp Pinewood, and then there was also just straight up functional goals, in that we needed to squeeze a whole lot of kind of training and orientation for the player into this area, and there's a number of different ways that we did that, probably some more elegant than others. Like there's definitely tutorial screens that fire off, which as a designer I'm not super fond of, but at the same time there was like, one of the issues with a survival game is you need to get so much information into the player's head so quickly. Like it's kind of hard to have a slow ramp up when right off the bat, like what your body needs doesn't really change over time. Like immediately you always need to stay warm and eat and whatnot, and we balance things so that some of these things are not as pressing early on, but you kind of need that information up front. So yeah, we've got these prompts that pop up, but also we tried to just create situations, even just in this little space, that gave you an opportunity to learn things. Like a late addition that I ended up putting in was related to people not really figuring out how to craft and cook things, which is like a key part of survival in this game. So now the first time that you run through this camp, and only the first time, I ended up spawning a couple pieces of corn that you could collect with some tutorial messages to instruct you how to go to the fire and cook an ash cake, which is like a super good piece of food for you to have. But that was like an example, I guess, of something that was a super late addition, when we saw, oh, here's the thing that nobody's really, or a huge amount of people are not figuring out and are being frustrated by. So we ended up adding that in.
I think the identity of the summer camp also lends itself to just a natural way to broadcast some of these basic verbs and goals to a player through elements in the environment. Camper training. Not to say that it was a replacement for meta pop-ups 100%, but that was our intent, was to let that environment be a little bit more dense with information graphics and things that fit the identity of the summer camp.
Yeah, well, so the all the signage around there, right, is like,
yeah, attempting to double up on the meta screen, or actually give players a thing to click on that would allow them to pick and choose what information was put in front of them.
Okay. So this is 1, 2, 3, the quick access menu. This is what we have. We have splint, cascade, if you see in the inventory. Then we have cattail. Inventory here, right? So backpack. Building blocks. of many traps ensue. Wait. Oh, so from cattail we can craft Tinder. And from the cattail you can craft braided cord. Okay, but there is nothing else. The splint, tracks, dry tinder to start fire. Nice. Nice. So it is empty. Now let's see.
Pinewood is one of the most special environments in the game for me. I think it's our oldest environment that stayed in the game. Like, we built a version of it for Kickstarter, and it became kind of our staging area for all of our new assets over time. You know, when the new foliage and the new trees, cabins, all of that came in. The iteration on how to light and what to do with the atmosphere, I think there are hundreds of different versions that we could go back to of Camp Pinewood, and pretty happy with the way it turned out.
Yeah, I think it's an example of the identity and character that we kind of wanted to place onto every location in the game, but that became tougher with procedural generation and the scope of the project. But
Right.
yeah, I think it's a great example of a place, you know, with an identity.
Yeah, it's kind of our
and its own character.
what we were hoping to reach. And I think some of the other bespoke locations got closer to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, in the campaign mode, definitely. It did become a challenge, I think, to preserve that and also figure out the amount of tutorial and design elements that we needed to sort of cram in there after the fact. But, you know, so goes game development.
So the objective is create a stone hammer, flint, 2 flint, 1 sapling, 1 rack, stone knife. Oh, okay, so we need to create a stone knife first. Stone knife is 2 flint and 1 braided cord. We have created a braided cord. So flint. Is flint craftable, or we need to find flint? I think we need to find flint. Okay. We have a flint. I'm pretty sure I saw a flint back there in the number 1. Oh no, splint. Okay, so that's it. Let's hear the last commentary.
Watching people play, the first thing I sensed when watching playtesters play the game was in the opening camp they immediately fell in love with the dog. And I think that's part of the narrative work that Sync did early on, even from the Kickstarter. We had this scene where Aesop would drag this bag over to you and you would pet Aesop, and then Aesop would kind of playfully chase you around, and in the entry camp in the opening area, Aesop was always really happy all the way through until you embark on the dock, and you have this moment where you pet the dog on as you start your journey. This built a lot of closeness between your character, Scout, and Aesop the dog, and I think that actually resonated with people pretty well. I think that was something we were pretty successful with.
I remember our goal related to that initially was to consider the player character as a 3-part entity. You have Scout, the dog, and the raft, and wanting players to quickly feel like that combination of pals was the character, was your player. That the dog and the raft were a prime extension of your character.
And as things go awry in the game, the raft gets dinged up, and as well as you get dinged up, but Aesop's always by your side, your loyal dog. I was pretty happy with how Aesop turned out. I think he was a pretty lovable companion.
Best way to filter component from standing wood. Charcoal. Okay, we got charcoal, so we can craft from the dry tinder and flint. Okay, I suppose flint will be easy next while we explore the other things, I suppose. So here nothing, what info? Yep. Okay, let's leave this place. Oh, I think bad timing. Bad timing. This is already dark, right? Let's try. Okay. We're going crash. Okay. If we left click steer, space pedal hard. The repair meter show you the raft condition. Find marina to repair or upgrade your craft. Okay. So press space to boost. Wait, yeah, I don't want to boost. Hey, we're going to crash. Okay. Boost. Something like that. What is that? We're going to crash. Okay. This one is kinda hard to steer. Seriously. I'm still learning to steer this one. Okay, let's go there. We're going to crash. Ooh. Very scary. No. Entering Blast River. A lot of wilderness. Yay! Going to crash! Okay. Hell. Why this is so hard, man? So you need to see the river current, where you will get to the river current, and if you kind of mess with the river current, you will get crashed. I think it is how it is. Do not mess with the river current, yeah? So stay with the river current. Yep, if you want to... Let's yeah. Come on, we want to get there. Okay, so what is this?
So one of the most fun parts about being an animator on this project is every now and then I would just get a really awesome model from Sync and I'd think to myself, how can I push this and how can I have fun with this? And I remember this raft for the character when we first got it. I think everybody was imagining it would be this static raft. And I remember early on we were trying to come up with a way to transition between when you were on the river and when you were on land. And we needed some kind of visual to cover that up. And so I kind of made this docking animation and I was like, trying to figure out, is there going to be a rope on every dock that you tie to the raft? And then I just rigged up the raft so that the tire could come off and you could throw the tire over the dock. And as I did it, I thought to myself, oh no, Sync is going to kill me. I totally messed up his model to do this and probably stretching it. And he was like, he liked it. And that was kind of the beginning of the raft becoming a bigger and bigger thing.
You know, we certainly didn't think in modeling or in the concept phase of creating that raft that it would be so modular or dynamic, and it was really cool to see when worker magic through rigging and animation to make that thing come to life. You know, the way it would rock, the way the planks would come off, the way the tire was used. It's amazing for how few back faces were put into that model.
Yeah.
How
You keep in mind, I took the initial rafts and I made it have damage states, and I made it so that things could fly off and stuff. And then after the fact, we decided that we needed to be able to upgrade the raft. We needed to be able to bolt all these other things onto the raft. And you had this temporary shelter that was always there, and that had to...
that was such a challenge too, of trying to fit all that stuff
Oh,
into
man.
like what amounts to a few pixels on screen. And
Yeah, Sync crushed it with that stuff. Animating the raft is probably the most fun I've had across this game, because between like the marina animations, the hit reacts, and the stuff flying off the raft,
definitely above and beyond what I thought we were going to end up with.
I think it turned out pretty well. And it was a really fun collaboration with me and Sync. I really enjoyed doing that.
So, okay. So you see, we have a lot of things. We can create a boot. Wait, do we have a boot? We have light boot. And with this new one, we can create an insulated one. By using the stitching kits. So let's create an insulated boot. Yeah, I suppose that we have upgraded our boots. Let's equip this one. Yep. And we can create insulated pants. Oh, we're running out of staging kits. So we need to find another staging kits. We have search there. Let's search here. Empty. Okay. So this one is kind of creepy. We can search here. There is a rack and knit hat. I'm pretty sure maybe we can use this one. Yep, we can equip this one, right? Yeah, let's equip. Nice. So how are you? So you're using craft a snare to catch rabbit. So I need to craft snare. So is there something called snare in here? Braided cord, stone knife. Okay. In the end, it depends on the stone knife that we used earlier. We need flint. Need that again. Okay, so this is dandelion. So we can make a tea, right? So it should be kind of blocked. Yep, something blocked. And it is already dark. But we used some insulated things. Maybe we can... yeah, we can search here. Yeah. Sleep. Let's sleep for 1 hour. Okay, and we can continue our journey to the west. I think there is two something. I think that's all the same, right? Yeah. Okay, so we cannot pick up the kilt. And what is this? Nothing. We have explored all the areas. So maybe we should head back. Yeah, in the end it turns to the exact same location. Wait. I know how many. Okay, 68. So let's give you food. I think I have an ass kick, right? Nutrition plus 20. And we have a jar. Alcohol. Drunk. Okay, we need flint. So let's go to the raft. Let's go here. Okay, so my raft is 70% because of that one. So I need to repair. Okay. How do you repair? What is this? Cost, nuts, and bolts. So I need old lumber and something. Okay. We don't have, right? So we cannot repair. Gas. Okay. Kind of raining, I suppose. Rain is coming. As rain gets closer, seek shelter and wait for rain to pass. If you get wet, use a shelter. Oh, that's bad. Wait for rain to pass. So this is bad. This is real bad. Can we get onto something? Oh man, we have something. We have. Do you have? Can I seek for shelter? Please. This one is unexpected, man. Come on. Okay, that's 260 meters. Thank you, the rain is stopped, but our clothes is soaked in wet. that requires fixing. Yeah, let's stop here. Come to Malenfant. Often has flint.
Yeah, so one of the things early on, we were just starting the project, we were looking for mood and inspiration, and that meant, looking at books and films and whatnot. And one thing that we started was, I think, a Spotify playlist, and we were just picking out different musicians and whatnot. And there's a guy, William Elliott Whitmore, that I really liked. He had an album called Field Songs, and it was just this very gravelly kind of country folk acoustic guitar stuff. And I started playing this for Sync and the folks in the studio, and we started building up this playlist. And Sync at one point kind of interrupted and was like, I know a guy who does this kind of stuff, and that I think sparked us working with Chuck.
I think hearing that playlist initially, I think it was immediately apparent that was the direction you wanted to go. At least for me. I don't remember how far along we were and what reference point we were at when we decided to go for the Southern Wilds thematically.
I think it was pretty early. I think we sort of zeroed in on that pretty quickly. Like, it was sort of Survive, River, and then we kind of zeroed in on the South.
Yeah. I think going into this, we knew audio was going to play a huge role, especially having come from Irrational and knowing how much that can do for you.
Yeah, I mean, I do remember some of our early conversations with Chuck about it, and I feel like super fortunate that we were able to work with him. And I know, Sync, you had quite a lot of history.
Yeah, so Chuck Reagan is a longtime friend of mine, met in college, played in bands together, toured together. And the evolution of his career led him to be producing music that, fit the bill, like, to a T, what we were looking for. And it was just a natural, obvious collaboration to kick off. Couldn't have worked out better.
So we can create a stone knife. So we should be able to create the insulated pants. Oh, we need stitching kits. Treating cuts and burns. Okay. So do we need sleep? What is that? Oh, okay. Let's sleep for 1 hour. Hopefully, yeah. Mulberries. Yucca. Flint woody lamp. Craft a pouch to expand your inventory. Okay. So let's press the inventory. Let's create the torch. Yep, don't panic, deploy your most useful tools in the page. Access your bow, torch, tainted bait, or smoke chart on the fly. And I think since we have these, we can create insulated. No, we cannot. Tool belt, stone knife. Okay. So our inventory is full. We can give this to our dog. The dog brings. Emit a poison gas when burned. Oh. So let's get this. Cook chow in moderation, but it will spoil after 5 days. Garlic. The trans fat. Food poisoning. A good fixin if you mean to kill a creature. Okay. Cold protection. Yep, that's... I think we have equipped this one, right? Previously. Can we have two? Yeah, we only have one. Let's search here. Empty. We have another in here. Do not mess with that pig. That pig is very brutal. Do not mess with pig. Okay? Never messing with the pig. So let's light this. Oh, you use automatically dry tinder to light this. Nice, nice, nice. So we can cook yucca. Yeah, let's cook yucca. Okay. And I think we have the tea. We need to... how to use the tea, yeah? So the dandelion we have earlier. So let's use the tinder. Yep. Okay, we need water, which is we cannot find any. Let's look this one. Oh, this is one to the jar. Nice. We can sleep or loot. Okay, but the problem is we don't want to mess with that pig. They don't want to mess with the pigs. Okay, let's open the case. Get task. No task. Flag. Cooked meat. Oh, that's it. So once we completed the task, we can get... yeah, because we completed Illumination, we get cooked meat. I see. So this is why... okay. So let's finish the goals. The old radio is still working, you just need to get closer to the source. Maybe you'll find high ground to hear the message clearly. Okay, pretty live. So if you see, craft a stone knife and stone hammer. You need them to craft all manners of survival supplies. Okay, so we might be able to craft the stone hammer right now. That is crafting stone hammer. So miscellaneous. Oh, this one, stone hammer. You need 2 flints. Oh, 2 flints. You cannot find another flints. In here it is too dangerous. We have fixed that. We definitely do not want to mess with that one unless we can trap. Wait. Question there. For the snare, can we make the snare? We need braided cord. Okay, I can do that for you. Braided cord, easy. Oh, you need the cattail. I cannot have access to the cattail yet. Yep, let's go to the 42 things, right? Light on supplies.
I remember walking through Kendall Square, and it was really late at night, and I get a phone call on my cell phone, and it's Chuck sitting at a campfire in his backyard in between tours, and he's wanting me to sit down right then and there while he riffs on his guitar and plays these first few sketches of the initial title track.
Yeah, I love the story that he told us about his actual process of writing the Flame in the Flood, the album, where I think he spent about a week out on the river, and he took his pickup truck, his guitar, fishing equipment, and his boat, and I think he just basically fished by day, camped, and wrote songs by night.
Full immersion.
Yeah, he sort of lived the Flame in the Flood life while he wrote the album.
Okay, and there is an issue with this. I think we previously took up a pouch, so maybe we can increase. Add inventory. Use. Oh, okay. Back capacity +4. And let's see. Moldy lamb. Probably was something edible once. Cooked meat. Cattail. What is this? Dandelion. We have a lot of dandelions. Maximum of 10. Cooked yucca. Cattail. Okay, let's craft the basic tools that we need. We don't have splint. Shoot. Tainted bait. So the cook meat we can use to lure. Okay. So actually, let's eat something. Mulberry. Let's consume, and then. Okay, that's fat. Let's find a place to stay. It's gonna rain in a while. So let's... Okay. Now we get wet. What is that? Cattail? Is that a rabbit? Damn, I cannot see it properly because of this rain. We need to find somewhere to hide. Luckily, okay. So another dandelion. Come on, I think we need to limit the dandelion that we have. Let's see the water that we have picked up. It is clean water, so we can drink it, consume. Yep, okay. And let's drink it again. Let's store the water again. Where do you store the water? Okay, I think that's only one time. Okay, we have a lot of dandelion, so we just choose not to pick it up. How do you kill the rabbits? Okay, meanwhile let's create a campfire here. Okay, we have 2 thunders. We don't have braided cord, let's make it braided cord. For trapping small animals, braided cord and saplings. Catching small animals. So we have tainted bee, tinder, torch, and I need to see the camp. Can we create a campfire? You need an old lumber. Okay, so basically we can trap the one because we have previously have a snare. So where is our snare? Okay, in the asset. So let's move it back. And this number 3 snare. And no, let's not build there. Build nearby. Yeah. Okay. Okay, now let's explore the wilderness here. Let's go back to the raft that we had previously. Why is this night so fast? Yeah, I know there is a dandelion there, but I need to create a fire. Problem is, if I don't create a fire, this will dropping so fast. So we cannot create a fire here, let's go out. Find somewhere else where we can. Okay, we have the 123 one, and we are currently hungry. Oh, the wet can be cured. That's new.
I have to say that probably the most amazing moment in this game production for me was putting the title track onto the Kickstarter video. I had not been able to conceive what the video was going to feel like, and then when that music went on there, it was just so beyond perfect. And it turned out more perfect than we ever had any right to expect or hope for. I think
So perfect that I think at one point when we were struggling with gameplay and systems, that I had jokingly suggested that we just made a backdrop for the soundtrack. You know, let's just let the raft go down the river and let the music play.
I mean, I remember sitting in the pub around the corner here, and we put together a friggin' word cloud. And that's what Chuck got. Chuck got a word cloud, you know, of like us like free associating, you know, rustic themes. And out of that word cloud came the most perfect song that, as much as any other single element, defined what our game is. It was just, we won the lottery there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I think just the quality of the music is why we took the approach we did, which isn't chop the stuff up or, you know, hide it in little flourishes or whatnot, but to just let the music play at different points, because it felt to me that was the correct use of the music in this particular game, rather than trying to torture it into a specific moment or like this needs to play exactly here, but rather sort of broke things up by mood. And then there's things that may trigger when you land and may trigger when you depart, but then you just get the song at that point.
We're pretty tired, but there is someone that we can save, but let's search here. Okay, flint, that's all we need. Nice, you can have the veteran bat, very poisonous. Okay, we need fire. We need food. requires fire and corn. Cook yucca requires yucca. Cook meat requires raw meat. Turkey. I think we have meat. So we can eat that. Nutrition plus 35. That's it. Yep, that should cure our hunger right now. So let's sleep. Let me see. 63. So wait, cancel. We can search here. Empty. Yeah, let's do this. Braided. We can craft a snare. So let's use the insulated. We have one stitching kit. We can create insulated jackets. We can create stone hammer. Nice. So we have campfire. Okay, so let's find the campfire. We can create this braided cord, braided box strap. Okay, so let's see one, explain two, cook yucca. Oh, we have cooked yucca. We're gonna eat it. Cash. Snare 64%. Box strap. Okay, we can use the box strap. Okay. So we capture the rabbits. Rabbits still kicking. So we need fire, right? I think I'm going to capture all of them. also need to rain to stop. Okay, it is not stopping. Sleep again. Okay, it is not stopping. So the trap is broken, so we cannot access again to the trap. Ooh, okay. So I think the rabbit would be requires fire to cook, right? Dandelion tea. It requires clean water. Oh, okay. Okay, so life is hard here. Okay, it's 200 meters. So this is after the Katrina. Let's go now. Let's go now. Slowly, slowly. Okay. Yep, at least we can dock it.
One of the earliest ideas that we focused in on when we were starting to think about the sort of game we were going to make was the idea of a river. And this came from like a really pretty simple place, which is just, I was really interested in the idea of making a survival game. And I was thinking about, is there some sort of a mechanic or something, some way that we could build the world that would force the player to move forward rather than become a game about hunkering down and building a base and that kind of thing. So I think, at least from a design standpoint, one of the earliest reasons we sort of zeroed in on a river. But
Yeah,
there was,
we knew we wanted to make a journey, not a camp.
yeah, and I think it's one of those things where maybe there's one purpose where something starts out, but you realize it's got a much greater payload than the initial thought. So I was thinking about it from a mechanical standpoint, but I think it's actually one of the things that Damian was excited about when we were initially approaching him to work on this project.
The notion of the river was so exciting, not only for like a programming nerd, because it has all kinds of interesting sort of technical challenges behind it in terms of laying out the river, in terms of fluid simulation and all that stuff. But from an artistic point of view, I was like immediately enraptured with this idea, the river being this thing that has such a deep history in American culture, such a strong literary character. You know, we have so many great works of literature and cinema and all these things that a river plays this really important role, plays a central character in those works. So like the notion of delving into some of those cultural sources and doing our own version of it, absolutely, I was on board with that.
So if I want to create a fire, because I want to cook. How do I create a campfire? I need old lumber. Damn it. How can I get that? You cannot. This doesn't have things that we need. So let's get out. We need to cook a lot. In 121 meters, 102. Okay, we are closer to campsite. We want to go. No, 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 no. Okay. I see a campfire. I lost it. So we have to avoid faster turkey things. Oh, we got 20 shilling. Okay, this is faster. Oh. Oh. Okay. Let's go to the slower current river. Okay. I can breathe. Okay, this is becoming faster again. Okay, stop it, stop it. Okay. Very. No! No, no, no! It's really bad, you see? 100 meters. Good for stay. I know! That. Okay, let's go there. Let's go here, let's go here. Stop. We have a lot of saplings, I think. But we need to be careful. Tiny cuts. Oh, damn it. Inventory good. So we can't do this. So we need a bandage. But we cannot craft this because no inventory. Kill rabbit. Okay, kill rabbit. Becoming a raw meat. We can rabbit hide. Selected, move to us, equip. And let's see the front, but we have to charcoal. Let's discard this one. Right, explained. Yeah, we hungry. Oh man. Can we eat something? Can we eat cattail? Yes! You can consume it. Also, the jerky. Yeah, let's consume. And let's create a bandage. To recover our tiny cuts. Raw meat. Nice. Rex, alcohol, pretty nice. We need foods. Do you provide? You only provide sleep time. What is this? Dandelion. We don't need this. Yeah, let's pick it and discard it. Maybe. To stop the dog from barking. Okay, now you stop barking. Nice. Okay. Golden rocks. I need a woods. Wild garlic. That will help us. That's food. So, oh wait, we can create jerky from the raw meat and salt. Let's create jerky. Okay, and let's eat jerky. Discard this charcoal. Yep. Take the wild garlic. Search. Okay, careful. So basically there is nothing here to offer. We'll come to an end. See the winds there, it will become raining soon. Yep, let's create insulated something to cover us from the winds. Insulated pants, maybe? Insulated hats. You need a stitching kit, which is we don't have currently. Damn, we need water. Water! I need water! Where is the water? Yeah, I think we need to go out. Search. Empty. Let's deploy the snare. This is book number 3, right? Snare. Closer, closer, closer. Don't. You're not attracted to the snares. So I need to create a box, right? You want to be attracted to... the snare is only 30%. Okay. So you're not interested? Okay. Let's find the church earlier and go to the sleep. 4 hours. Yeah, we are very... Okay, let's find water. We need water as quickly as possible. Water, water, water. No, the river current is high river. So once we deploy there, we lost forever. Very scary. Okay, our boat will be broken. Let's see. Let's find the okay, this one should not go there. Okay, the only one that we can go is there's nothing here, nothing to loot. Really? You sure? Okay, the closest one is that one. Hopefully water. No, we need water. We got fish hooks. We need water, my friend. Water. You're very thirsty. Okay, start to become dehydrating because we need the water as soon as possible. Anything to fix it. Just leave it, man. You cannot fix it, forget about it. Just go. Come on, we need water. We need water. And this is kind of hard, I think. We cannot find a water. We just need any water. We can filter it. Come on. No! Okay, cause of death, drowning, so we die. Pretty good, because we lack of water and our river is... So our survival is 5.7 miles distance, 6 days survive. Ooh. And we died here. Aiden Parish. Restore checkpoint to the deep country, farms, camps, and a lot of wilderness. Small town, plenty of shop to loot. No, oh, so the restore point is ill-equipped. Because we are dehydrating and we cannot find any nearby place. Six miles. Okay. Previous one. Okay, let's restore the older one. Hopefully friendlier. Oh, where's my mouse? Okay. Let's stop for a while and find the penicillin. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm not good at riding that one. How can you ride Seram? That one looks good. Let's go. This one is life supplies. And the fire. The important thing is water. This is the one that we saw previously, right? I think we can eat mulberries. So this one, let's kill the rabbits. And wait. Let's organize our inventory that we want. Let's put that into the raft. Then we can eat this, consume. And then alcohol, let's put that to raft. Gas, raft. Default trumpet. Dandelion, 10 dandelion. Move to raft. Need to have charcoal, need to raft. Jar. Need to have, we have a lot of them. Equip. This one equip. Raw meat contains parasite. So there are mulberries. Let's take it up. Okay, we might not need that. So, okay. The important thing is we need water. Garlic. Water, water, water. Do we have water? There is a feather. Things that we might not need. Water. Let's see. If we fill the jar, we fill the hydration by 50%. So we don't have any other choice than consume this way because we need it. And the salt earlier, we can create a jerky. And do we have a stone hammer? Yep, we do. Okay. There is a problem that our raft may not last longer. So we need to fix it.
I think one of the big challenges working on a river and a raft is the idea of capturing the right feel. And I think one of the challenges there is just games so much are about what we in the biz would call agency, the player's ability to sort of make choices and affect the world and control outcomes. And good control is typically responsive control, control where you see immediately on screen the output of your actions. But conversely, like the idea of this big powerful river it's sort of a thing where you don't have control. Which, if like you've ever been whitewater rafting, it's like you're kind of just controlling a little bit. And it's super important that you have that bit of control so you're not just like crashing into stuff. But we spent a lot of time sort of tuning the power, like sort of the influence that the water has on the raft versus the control that you can then push back. I feel like we fiddled with that for most of the project.
Well met, Romer. Jen's got stick point. You won't like. You two are bringing me an arrow. Take 3. We watch you. Romer, what's next? Eggs like sips. Help trap, helps cook. Keep on. Someday all folks back watcher. Got coin through everyone, eh? Change notion, good-minded, brain-poised, weighted wars come like an ever, but stick together could be better. Appreciate the kindness, do my best. Care there, Homer. You too.
The feral children have a special place in my heart because they're my actual children, or at least based on them. I brought in at some point a school picture day picture of my daughter posing with my son, they're 6 and 3. I handed that to Sync and said, let's make these some characters in the game, and sort of the tortured little monsters that came out the other end. They were quite different from my actual kids, but I think he captured something of the sort of fierce, almost maternal instinct of my older daughter to my younger son. And I don't know, the two of them have this sort of, they're babes in the woods for sure, but man, are they tough. Man, have they been hardened by this environment. And you kind of get the sense that they're not going to lose to this place. They're going to keep on trucking in some way or another. So I like that despite this kind of gruesome transformation that they went through, they kind of kept some of the character of my actual kids. So they're a big highlight of the game for me.
Yes, boom. Wow, pretty nice. We do have the stone knife. Yep. Might consider to create another box trap. And the dandelion tea actually requires water. which is we don't have currently right now. But I want to see what does the dandelion tea do? Help alleviate the symptom of food poisoning. Ah, okay, so this is not for food, but this is alleviate the symptom of food poisoning. So you might not need that much. Okay. Let's sleep here. Yep, the rain stopped. And okay, you guard the aloe, the trumpets, dandelion. Okay, I will not bother you with that. Oh, but there is a feather here. Okay. What? Wait. So let's see, what is this? Curate the spleen. We have spleen. This one is cure with bandage. So let's create a bandage. We need alcohol. Oh, I put the alcohol in mine. Okay. Inventory. Let's put the alcohol back. And let's cure that sickness. Let's create a bandage first. But no room, right? Feather. This is, I think we do not need. Okay. And if you say insulated jacket, I should put this. You have also light jacket, let's equip this. But wear the insulated one instead of the light jackets. Use the raft. Consume. For the jerky, let's consume. What is this? Mulberry, yeah. Mulberry, increase hydration. Nice, nice, nice. So let's create a bandage and recover this. I don't want to go. Okay, we have cured the laceration, but I don't think we can. I don't think we can stick into. So there is a nearby. Yep, which is we cannot find any woods. Ah. So we want to go repair. We only have one rough schematics to upgrade to the rider. We need raft hardware and raft framework. I don't have the tools right now. Yep, I need woods.
You sort of approach these things in a top-down kind of way, and we literally broke up the work in a top-down manner. Bryn worked on the very topmost level, which was sort of the system that just decided at a very, very macro level, very high level, which way is the river going to go? Is it going to curve slightly to the left or slightly to the right for the next 500-meter chunk of river? And from there, I went sort of a slight level down in detail. My job was to take a bunch of island pieces and arrange them within a certain space so that it conformed to the high-level plan that Bryn had built, but also provided interest and the correct amount of density and that kind of thing. And for that process, some of the early sort of handcrafted pieces of river that Chad put together were really crucial. They really gave us an idea of like, what will it look like when these little chunks of island, little chunks of land are put together, are laid out? What will it end up looking like? And, you know, what kind of density of islands and shoreline and so on are we looking for? And then take those pieces and do a lot of nerdy coding work, and, you know, you sort of get this endless river out of it.
I need nuts and bolts to craft the raft hardware. So that one is, say, impossible for us to do because of that wolves. We cannot fight the wolves. Yeah, Okay. The problem is we follow through the river and we kind of miss certain rivers and certain spots. This is kind of hard with the 10% of the available raft. I'm not sure we can do that. And then the rain make it worsen. Yeah, it is a drowning. Okay, I don't think this one is quite hard, eh? 7 days to survive. Ooh, really something. This is the main menu. I think this is kind of okay. Can we lower the difficulties? I'm pretty sure this is kind of hard. Yeah, we cannot lower the difficulties. Okay guys, do you want to watch? Do you still want to watch? I think I will stop the streaming right now. I will find a way. I will learn this. We will streaming back next time. Thank you for watching and see you in the next time. Later guys. Thank you.